Just reminded me of a story. We had helped Jeffrey finance his way through medical school, residency, and all that stuff. And he was out in practice for about 6 years. And you may not have noticed, but I had started losing my hair. And I said, hey, Jeff, what about a hair transplant for your old dad? And he took an extensive examination for about 3 seconds and said, I don't think you can afford it. So he's in South Africa and apologizes for not being here. So our duty, my lovely wife Terry and I are going to, I'm going to read what he wrote. First of all, I want to sincerely apologize for not being able to be here myself to accept this incredible honor and recognition of this wonderful centennial celebration. If there was any way I could be there, I would have done it, especially given that the last time I was at a ceremony in the stadium was when I was graduating high school as a member of the class of 1989. It was a beautiful day, I recall, and I was extremely proud to graduate from Bexley High, culminating my public education since moving to Bexley in 1980 with my family, who moved us specifically to Bexley for the community and their education. I'm sure my parents remember it for a different reason, though, since the day we had changed the presidential speech after review by Dr. Greenhill, the principal at the time, to include some items that were more personal and perhaps a bit off topic, but not necessarily approved by the leadership at that time. How paradoxical that my parents are here to make things right nearly after 28 years. Remembering back to that day, it's funny to think that despite the antics, shenanigans, and maybe even serious concern that Bexley was letting loose a bunch of misfits out into the world, that at least from my perspective, Bexley was graduating a class full of hope, potential, creativity, and talent that was incredibly prepared to go out into the world and make a difference. And while this individual award is sincerely and most humbly appreciated, I would rather shine the light on the true recipients that deserve the recognition, the countless teachers, coaches, staff, alumni, donors, parents, spouses, significant others, and friends who all shaped us to become the people we are today. Everyone out here knows what I'm talking about. Bob Greene wrote about it in his books, reflecting fondly on his upbringing here in Bexley, and it was what we are all known for outside of the city limits. So thank you to the Bexley community for doing...
Wait a minute, Lenny. Hold on.
What? Did I just say this incorrectly?
No, move over.
Well, let me try it again. So thank you... Oh, sorry.
Okay. So that's what Jeff wrote. And Jeff has this way where he never shines the light on himself. He never talks about what he does. We are lucky to know what he does. So we've decided as parents we're going to take over from here. So he is very grateful for this award, and he's well deserving. Some of the things have been mentioned. I'm just going to, am I echoing? Yeah. Just going to go in a little bit more detail. When Jeff was about 10 or 11, we took him and one of his younger sisters to the allergist. And the nurse said, who wants to go first? And Jeff says, she will. So she's sitting there getting the pinpricks in her back, and the nurse looks over at him and she says, uh-oh, it's going white, it's going down. So when he woke up, I started laughing. And I said, you are not going to be a doctor. That was the beginning. Woo! What am I doing? Then as an undergraduate at Washington University, his path and major was business. He's always had that acumen to be a business person. And in his junior year, he thought he would take a blow-off course in biology taught by Dr. Johns Hopkins. He blew the top off the class, and the doctor said, what are you majoring in? And he said, business. He says, you need to go into medicine. So with little time left, he quickly gathered all the courses he needed to also get a major in pre-med, and he graduated with a dual major, business and medicine. As he got older, he decided to give back to the university, and now he established a scholarship every year for the student who does do the major in business and in medicine.